Good afternoon. Today I want to read a book for you that was popular with my kids when they were growing up. It's called Octopus Hug by Laurence, Pringle. Goodbye, Jessie. Goodbye, Becky. My mother was going out to have dinner with a friend. Dad was taking care of my sister and me. Mom kissed us all goodbye. After she left, I felt sad and grumpy. Becky and I began to fight. Dad asked, "How many arms does an octopus have?" 8, I said. "Well," he said, "you are about to be hugged by an octopus." He wrapped 2 arms around my middle. 1, 2, he counted. Then he moved 1 arm and wrapped it around my legs. 3, he wrapped the other around my head. 4, Dad's arms kept moving and hugging. 5, 6, 7, 8. Finally, the octopus gave me a big squeeze and let me go. Then we sat on Dad's lap in the rocking chair, and he started to sing a lullaby. Becky did not feel like singing. Instead of singing Rockabye Baby, Dad sang Rockabye Sweetie Pies. When he sang the part about the bow breaking and the cradle and the sweetie pies coming down, we had a big surprise. We all fell out of the chair onto the rug. "There's something wrong with this chair," said Dad. "Let's try it again." This time we all sang. At the end of the song, the chair tossed us out again. Dad tried another song that he called "She'll Be Falling Down the Mountain When She Comes." As we stopped singing, sure enough, we all fell onto the floor. Dad figured out why this happened. Whenever we sang a song about falling, he explained the chair made us fall onto the rug. We rocked, sang, and fell on the floor many times. Then we all lay on the rug and rested. But not for long. Our strange rocking chair had reminded me of another game we play with Dad. "Let's play tree," I said. Dad knelt on the rug and held his hands at his sides, palms up like low tree limbs. I put a foot on each limb, and he lifted the limbs high enough for me to climb up on his shoulders to the top of the tree. Then Dad made a whistling sound like the wind. The tree started to sway, first to one side, then the other. The wind blew harder and the tree swayed farther. I hung on tight. Crack! The old tree began to fall. Dad yelled, "Timber!" The tree fell toward the couch, and I landed on soft cushions. Soon the tree stood again, with its low limbs ready for another climber. "Be a monster," said Becky, when she grew tired of the tree game. Dad growled. "Now I have you," he said, as he held Becky's shoulders down on the rug, but he left her feet free to reach his chest. She pushed with all her might and sent the monster tumbling backward. He caught us again and again. We were strong enough to escape from the monster every time. And Dad lay flat on his back, And I thought of another game. I yelled, "Put a quarter in." Becky and I scrambled onto Dad's stomach and chest. He pretended he was a riding machine like the ones at the supermarket. He opened his mouth and I pretended to put in a quarter to start the machine. The riding machine rose and began to sway and bounce. It moved from side to side and up and down. Soon it tipped us off on the rug. It kept moving and we tried to get back on. Just as I clambered aboard, it shut down. I let Becky get on too. Then we put in a second quarter. Another wild ride began. After several rides, the machine broke down. It would not move. I think this happens when Dad gets tired. Dad went to get a drink of water. When he returned, he pretended to stumble over Becky on the rug. "Those kids," he said, "they always leave their toys around the house. I almost fell over one of Becky's stuffed animals." He picked up Becky and dropped her among the real stuffed animals on her bed. I hurried to lie down in his path so he could pretend to trip over me. "Another one," Dad said. He picked me up, slung me over his shoulder, and tossed me onto my bed. Becky and I raced to sprawl on the floor again and again. Dad kept tripping over us. He complained about the dolls and stuffed animals on the floor and carried us back to our beds again and again. "Now," Dad said, "it is really time for bed." He promised us one more game once we were ready to settle down for the night. When Dad came to my bed, I asked for Animal Bridge. I lay on my stomach under the covers. "A mouse," I said, and Dad's fingers scampered over my body from my feet to my head. "A frog." His hand hopped, hopped, hopped over the Animal Bridge. I asked for other animals, a cat, a snake, even an elephant. Then Mom returned. She came in to say goodnight. Becky was already asleep. "How did it go?" she asked. "Did you have a good time with Daddy?" "Yes," I said. "We played Animal Bridge and pretended to be toys left on the floor that Dad had to pick up. And we played Put a Quarter in the Monster and Tree and Rockabye Sweetie Pies and Octopus Hug." Mom laughed. "What on earth is an octopus hug?" she asked. So Dad gave her one. The end. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that. Take care.